First of all, welcome to Viva. Kahit hindi ako taga-Viva, ako nagwo-welcome sa'yo. Ang una ko lang tanong is what prompted or what made you decide to move to Viva from ABS-CBN?
Um, well, it's a new chapter. This year marks my 18th year in the industry, and looking back, I started as a model, and to be honest, I didn't know anything about acting, and yeah, it's but through time, growth, and hard work, you know, um, I've come a long way. I didn't expect I'd reach this level in my career, and for that, I'm very grateful and humbled. And yeah, it's this new chapter of my career. I've always carried a quote that says, "Success happens when preparation meets opportunity." The more I prepare, the more I grow, the more I succeed. And yeah, for with that, I'm very thankful for Viva Artists Agency for believing in me and for trusting me. And yeah, it's I'm just very excited for this partnership. I'm I'm looking forward and I'm ready to bring everything that I've learned, 18 years of experience, 18 years of passion, of hard work, and I'm ready for whatever this to come. And yeah, when me and my manager talked about transferring to Viva, it's it's a wonderful opportunity, because when a door closes, a new door opens. And yeah, I'm just really excited and looking forward for what's in store for us.
We didn't even know that you've been in the business for 18 years. O ganun na pala katagal yun.
I know time flies. Even
Yes.
me, I was surprised, when they actually sent me the records na yung mga nagawa kong project. I was like, wow, ang dami na pala. And so yeah, I'm thankful, 18 years. I'm very grateful na tumagal ako sa industry.
Can you share with us the highlights of the 18 years that you've been in the business?
Highlights, I think every year there's a highlight, from the moment that I started transitioning from a model to acting alongside Julian Santos. That was my second year working with Jody Santa Maria, Isa Calzado, Sharon Cuneta in Provinciano. That's a lot. That's a lot. Yeah, Maha Salvador, of course. There's a lot. But to be honest, right now, I could say that, looking back, now I really consider myself as a professional actor. Because for some reason, when I was studying before, when I was reading acting books, like an actor prepares Stanislavski, I couldn't understand before. Like, ang lalim, di ko maintindihan, di ako makarelate. But now, because I kind of stopped for almost 2 years. Um, I almost I almost quit showbiz. Actually, I just felt like parang what's new. I keep on doing the same thing, and for some reason, when I stopped and just look everything from afar, I saw how grateful I am. And when I actually came back doing when I guested for Batang Quiapo 3 months ago, I really thought my passion for acting was gone. But when I did it, when I was on set and I was acting, I told myself I was born to do this. It just felt so. It's challenging, but it felt so natural. And alam mo sa sarili mo na okay to, gamay ko to. Parang feeling mo hawak mo yung ginagawa mo. Yeah, and yeah, na-miss ko talaga. And yeah, and now it's just I'm on fire. I mean, I'm so ready to work again. I'm actually preparing right now for a new project, and so also I'm studying acting, and yeah, I guess you will come a point in your life where you won't have, I guess pag bata ka ang daming distraction eh. Barkada dito, labas dito. But when you come to an age where you're mature, you see, and it's so clear to you kung ano yung mga dapat gawin and yung mga responsibilities mo. Magugulat ka parang ang dami mong time to hone your craft, to perfect whatever it is that you're doing. And I feel like through experiences that I have in my life and the way I carry myself in terms of, preparing and being a professional, yeah, I just feel so ready. It's a different version.
Thank you so much and good luck.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, very well said. Maraming salamat po, Tita Aster. Good icebreaker for our session. Okay, next up, let's hear from TV5 Digital. We have Von Belinario. Next up is Bobby Requintina from Manila Bulletin.
Hi, Joseph. Congratulations for this new
Thank you.
opportunity for you. In 18 years in the business, what is the greatest lesson that you've learned? And how do you use that lesson to fuel the fire within you to this day?
Just very simple. A man sows what he reaps. If you work hard, you get it. If you give 50%, you get 50%. But if you give 100%, you get 100%.
So what can we expect more from you since nandito ka na sa Viva for another years to come?
Expect more, I guess. Even I expect myself to, to get more projects and to do more meaningful projects, yeah, just to level up and always, I always strive to give justice to the role in every opportunity that I get. But right now, I feel like I'm more connected to the things that I'm about to do.
Thank you and congratulations ulit.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Now, moving on to Bobby Requintina from Manila Bulletin. Next up is Dolly Ann Carvajal.
Good afternoon. Johnson, 18 years in showbiz. How would you describe your journey so far?
Wow. Wow. It's I guess I'd describe it as slowly but surely
Mm,
because it's
mm,
it's it's a slow progress,
mm,
and I'm grateful for that because alam mo may delikadong part yun eh kapag
mm.
if you start from the beginning and then ang layo ng nilaktawa mo,
Yes.
you get to take those small steps for granted. But if you do it gradually, alam mo yung journey mo eh.
Mm,
So the more you protect what you have, the more you you give meaning
mm.
and pride to what you do.
Pero there was a part in your career na kumakanta ka. Hindi ba naisip na i-revive yung career mo sa music once in a while?
Well, like right now, I'm really open to do, whatever. I want to explore. I want to explore to do things like yeah, like I don't really dance. I it's not that I hate dancing, but I just feel like I'm not comfortable with it. But I'm about to do a project that it requires dancing. So like
Nice. So,
if it's just me learning to dance, I'm not good with that. But if it's for a role, let's go, let's do it. So
mm,
yeah, I'm in terms of singing, I was with this male group Harana,
yes.
and I'm so thankful because if not for that opportunity, if hindi ko siya tinanggap, kasi nung una parang sabi ko, boy band, parang I wanna, gusto ko yung trajectory ng acting eh. I wanna be an actor, but
Mm,
with that, I'm glad I accepted it and, because sa dami ng workshops,
mm,
natuto akong, I was tone deaf before. And then natuto ako na, na kumanta and,
mm,
I get to use it whenever I have out of town shows, small shows. So, I could do live, and yeah, I'm grateful for that.
Okay, for my last question now. You've done series, movies, any dream roles or projects?
Uh, well, I basically done a lot, but
Mm.
like I always say, my dream project, gusto ko magkaroon ng zombie film. I really want that.
Paano yun? Like, bida ka, mawawala ka sa usually, 'di ba, yung mga zombie nawawala in the end ng movies, namamatay. Ayaw ng mga,
No, I've
viewers ng gano'n na namamatay yung bida.
I've done so many projects na
Okay.
namatay ako. Like,
Mm.
last project I did, Pira-Pira sa Paraiso,
Mm.
may character died.
Okay.
Wildflower,
Mm.
namatay yung character ko doon. And yeah, I don't really mind,
Mm.
as long as when you read the script kasi, it doesn't matter kung saan mapunta yan. As
Mm.
you would feel if the character speaks to you.
Mm.
So yun yung pinaka-importante. I think sa lahat naman ng actors, especially seasoned actors, ang
Mm.
pinaka-important sa kanila is the material.
Okay.
So if the material doesn't make sense, no matter what you do, parang you don't want to go to the set na parang pilit ka na,
Mm.
alam mo yan, just for the sake of money. I think I'm very lucky that I got the luxury to say no and say yes to the
Mm.
projects that's being offered to me. I'm grateful for that. And yeah, so for me, as long as the character connects
Mm.
with me, okay ako dun.
Last na talaga. So, you're ready to de-glamorize yourself sa screen, like kung ano itsura mo, you don't care kung kasi like zombie ang pangit ng itsura nun, eh, 'di ba?
Actually,
Mm.
I've deglamored myself in projects that I did. Like I did for Triptico, medyo yeah, and even when I did Provinciano, like bahaba ako ng buhok, di ako
Mm.
nagme-makeup doon. So I've learned to really, acting. It's not all about glamorize. It's not all about to look good.
Mm.
It's about the soul, the performance. You
Mm.
gotta feel the character. And kung gagawa ka ng drama na napakapal kapal ng makeup mo, tas parang how can you believe it's all about telling the truth.
Mm.
You're telling a story, and people, they have to connect with you, and
Mm.
ikaw dapat mismo ang unang-unang dapat maniwala sa ginagawa mo. Kung hindi ka naniniwala, parang it's a joke. So yeah, mas gusto ko nga yung iniiba talaga yung itsura ko.
Okay, thank you, congratulations. Thank you, BB.
Thank you, thank you.
Yes, okay. Thank you so much. I think everyone will agree with me when I say, we feel your intensity. No, whenever he talks about acting and that, I love it. Okay, thank you so much. Next up from the Philippine Star, we have Dolly Ann Carvajal.
Hi, Marco. Here.
Hey,
In your 18 years in the industry, what are you most proud of so far?
oh, I guess the system that I built. It's not about I'm proud of this project, I'm proud of this achievement, I'm proud of this award, but it's the system that I built. Because I know to myself that it's never gonna go away. Kahit anong mangyari sa akin, hindi na mawawala to, whether I I change to another job, or I go to another country to change my life. I know that the hard work, that the system that I built to myself, it's always gonna be there.
Mhm. And what was a turning point in your career, in your 18-year career? What was a turning point?
What do you mean in terms of what?
Maybe it was a eureka moment or something, realization, a turning point.
I I I guess it was last year. I've realized nung when I was when I was 27 years old up until turning 35, that 8-year gap, and from 35 to 36, I feel like yung 1 year na yun, mas marami pa akong natutunan dun sa 8 year.
Uh,
And everything just poured.
that
Parang,
was last year.
yeah, parang my eyes just parang iba yung realization ko nun eh, in terms of relationship, friendship, life. Yun talaga yung naging turning point. And dun ko na-realize and nakita na whatever it is that you really have to protect and give pride to it. Because before even though marami na ako nagawang projects, I couldn't I couldn't say na I was a professional. It's more of like um medyo ano eh, parang you fully don't understand the things that you do. It's like you're still learning. But now I feel like I know everything in a deeper level. And
Oh.
it's yeah, it's just amazing.
You're looking at old things with new eyes.
Yeah, yeah, it's very liberating. It's very liberating.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Ollie.
Okay, maraming salamat po. Now, let's move on to this side of the room. Let's hear from Lionheart TV. We have Richard Paglikawan.
Hi. Want to share a mic?
Hello. Congratulations, Marco. Joseph.
Thank you.
Eto na lang, kasi random namin na parang excited ka na sinishare sa amin yung pagiging part mo ng Viva. Um, ano yung so far may share mo sa amin na mga projects na gagawin mo? Mga pwede na, of course. Or teaser at least.
Um, yeah. So with Viva, I'm gonna be doing a TV series. So actually, they started shooting already, and I think my first day would be last week of July. And yeah, 18 years and 18 years in the industry, and it's gonna be my first time doing a play theater. So actually, it's a milestone for me because akala ko hindi ko na talaga siya magagawa. And I'm like, I kept on thinking, should I do a play? Parang no, it's not for me. I'm too scared to do it. I have so much respect to, theater actors, of course. Yeah. So yeah, I'm also prepping for that.
And syempre, part ka na ng Viva. May mga puso ngayon ng collab. So, sino yung mga Viva artists na looking forward ka maging part ng project mo or makatrabaho mo?
Oh, I haven't really seen the roster, to be honest. I haven't been so active, but yeah, whoever actually, I'm really excited to get to know and to collab with, especially young artists.
Thanks, Joseph.
Thank you.
Alright, all good. Maraming salamat po. Now, from Anong Ganap, pakinggan natin si Erwin Ogawa.
Hi, Joseph. Welcome to Viva. So, Joseph, after 18 years in the business, what do you do to stay relevant?
What do I do to stay relevant? I guess just really take good care of yourself, be a good example to people. And, when you're passionate about what you do, people would see it. Yeah. And if you're serious about what you do and give pride, like the real ones will know, like this guy has it, this guy knows. So, yeah, just be true to yourself and, it's really hard work and passion.
And ang dami nagti-TikTok nowadays. So, are you opening yourself to do TikTok?
I also have TikTok, but I don't dance. I have podcast. So I have a podcast right now. It's called Thirst for Wisdom.
Yeah.
So that's actually more of like my passion project because when yeah, like I said last year, I just got so much into reading and listening to audiobooks, podcasts, and for some reason I was looking for someone to follow here in the Philippines,
Yeah.
and then maybe it's like I didn't see anyone who speaks like the same values as I have. And then I asked myself, so kung wala, baka hindi mo gawin. And I was like, nah, 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 I'm not gonna do it. So much responsibility, shooting, editing, buying cameras, getting light. But I challenged myself, and then I started it. I'm currently on episode 11 now. So it's all about perspective, mindset. Yeah.
And my last question, what's your best advice that you can give to a newbie actor? To a newbie. Best advice.
Don't be afraid to fail. keep on learning, because when you fail, especially when you hit rock bottom, all the wisdoms, they're there. That's when you really learn. That's when you get everything. You have to, yeah, you really have to do things, even if you're afraid to do it. Because as an actor, whatever happens, kahit gaano ka pagod ka, kahit gaano kahirap yan, gagawa ka ng paraan para magawa mo. Gagawin at gagawin mo. And you get, through difficulties, you get to discover so much about yourself. And then, dun mo ma-realize, wow, kaya ko pala to. Oh, kaya ko pala yung ganun. So, yeah, just don't be afraid. Keep on doing it.
Thank you. Best of luck.
Tremendous advice, from Joseph Marco. Do you have a nickname?
Joey, but my mom only my mom calls me Joey.
Okay, sorry. I was gonna call you Joey.
Joey.
Okay, sorry.
Like,
Okay,
like a kangaroo,
Joseph Marks.
baby kangaroo.
Okay, maraming salamat po. Sir Erwin, now moving on to the Philippine star. Pakinggan natin si Charmy Pagulong.
Hello.
Hi, Miss
So
Charmy.
now that you're with Viva, meron bang mga changes, sa image or ano yung mga changes na
Changes sa image?
sa career?
So parang wala naman. Yeah, wala naman so far. It's more of like, I could really say that the work ethics, has a big major change. Like, I'm really protective of what I do now, and yeah, it's like times 10 level up in terms of working hard and focusing. Yeah.
So with your good looks and toned physique, how do you take care of yourself and what's your fitness journey?
Um, it's about education. You got to educate yourself in terms of food, in terms of working out, in terms of sleep. How does a person, I mean, how do you prolong your longevity? How do you, stay relevant? It's all about education. The more you learn, the more you know. The more you know, the more you become refined. So, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Maraming salamat po. And finally, from Random Republica. Kate Adahar.
Thank you, Phoebe. Hi, Joseph.
Hey.
Congratulations. Now that you're with Viva, so fresh start, is there anything you wish to do differently, given your 18 years of experience?
Wish to do differently.
Like, in, in running your career or your...
I guess that's the one. Yeah, like exploring more and challenging myself more, because I feel like before parang medyo safe ako to parang limited lang yung roles na ina-accept ko, but now I'm really open to doing like theater, dancing, yeah, like as long as the project speaks to me, kahit na outside the box pa yan, because I know for a fact that that's when you grow outside the box. That's when you start growing. And so, yeah, I'm really up for the challenges, because especially Miss Vernick, Boss Vic, they know, they've been on. There's a reason why they're still here and why they're still successful, and I'm I trust them. So whatever it is that their plan, kung anong nakikita nila, oh, kaya mo to gawin, I'm up for that.
And also for us listening, we can see your passion. So, if you can still recall, when did that start? When did that intensity begin as an actor? Kasi sabi mo kanina, becoming an actor was not something you intended to do, diba? Para 18 years ago.
Yeah. When no, at the beginning wala talaga, but then there are glimpses, especially when I siguro nag-start siya. I started big. Yeah, I started 2015. Doon ako nag-start maging passionate. Makasama mo ba naman si Jay Cuenca eh? Hindi mahahawa ka talaga dun, di ba? And I'm very grateful for that guy. I always look up to him. And actually, he was the one who started, na parang palabasin yung hunger ng pagiging artist. And pero yun know, may hit and miss. There are projects na parang you don't feel excited much, but I guess when you reach a certain age and siguro maturity then and experience in life, you you give more respect towards the things that you do. And right now, siguro times 10 yung the way I really respect the craft. And I just learned so much from reading and studying because like I said earlier, when I was reading those books, parang napakalalim before, hindi ako makarelate, hindi ko maintindihan, but now I understand everything. And yeah, it's like na-realize ko na parang hindi pala ganun talaga kasimple. Talagang it's an art. It's an art. Like acting is an art, and hindi mo siya pwedeng pilitin. You have to respect it in a way that it should come out, naturally. You don't have to force it. And I'm so excited to apply this, sa upcoming projects ko because I feel like I'm all geared up.
Congratulations on the
All right. Thank you so much. And that concludes our press conference for today. But as before we say goodbye, allow me to kindly invite in Boss Veronique del Rosario Corpus, President and COO of Viva Artists Agency, and Boss Val del Rosario, President and COO of Studio Viva, of course, to join. Good afternoon, po. To join Joseph in our photo for today. Let's move our seats here, okay? All right. Ito po. Welcome to Viva, Joseph. Alongside, of course, hello po. Co-manager, syempre, si Miss Kai. And maraming salamat to our press members for always being here sa ating mga milestone dito sa Viva. Maraming salamat po. Okay, are we good? All right, palakpakan po natin si Joseph, Marco, and our bosses today. Thank you so much for squeezing in a quick photo op from your busy schedules. Of course, we have Boss Veronique and Boss Val. Maraming salamat po. We will see you again. And let's have can we ask for closing remarks muna from Joseph? So what can you say to everybody here? Also, we are live on our Viva Artists Agency Facebook page.
Check. Yeah, of course. I just want to thank everyone who came here. This signing up is very meaningful to me, and I look forward, and I'm excited for you guys. For what's about to come. Thank you so much.
And we are all excited for that too. Okay, nagre-request po ang ating press ng solo photo against the Viva logo. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here first. Welcome to Viva, Joseph Marco. And that wraps up all of our affairs for today. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon for exciting updates about Joseph's projects. Please do follow us on our social media pages, Facebook. That's facebook.com/Viva Artists Agency, on Instagram at Viva Artists Agency, X at Viva Artists _ and TikTok at Viva Artists Agency. Maraming salamat po. My name is Phoebe Walker. Have a good rest of the day. Bye!